Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to Sacred Rose Tarot 1111. Today we have a message coming to us from Ascended Master Jwal Cool. Jwal Cool. And it says here, Dharma unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. And there is quite a bit of yellow on this card. There's a lot of orange. I'm getting a lot of sacral chakra energy. Solar plexus chakra energy. Sacral chakra, of course, is orange, and it is creative energy. And he's got like, it looks like frequency, waves of just frequency, or maybe sunlight just kind of bursting from his aura. So that's very cool. And no pun intended, I guess that's how you say his last name. Anyhow, also, looky right here, you guys, I found a 4-leaf clover in my backyard today. So good luck for me, and I wanted to share that with everybody who views the video. It says that a 4-leaf clover is a 1 in 10,000 find, and it's considered lucky, so I want to share that with everybody else. So good luck to all of you. All right, and the Jwal Cool card is coming to us from the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards by Kyle Gray. And it says here, remember that you are on a path, take one step at a time to happiness. Jwal Cool, pronounced Dwal. Okay, Dwal. Dwal Cool, known as a Tibetan Buddhist master. He is said to have had many incarnations, including as a devotee of Buddha himself and as one of the 3 wise men who honored the baby Jesus. Through his earthly experience, he has learned the importance of importance of spiritual practice and discipline, and knows that the path we are on unfolds over time. He is now helping lightworkers follow their Dharma, which is a Sanskrit word meaning right way of living. Okay, Dharma, right way of living. I'm going to have to remember that. Awesome. The extended message says, when Dwal Cool appears in a reading, he reminds you that your path is unfolding as it should. All right, good job, guys. If this is resonating with you, awesome, you're on the right path. Take one step at a time and remember that your only spiritual function is to be happy. Okay, I'll take that. You are a powerful person with many lessons under your belt and a real capacity to share your wisdom with the world. Take the time to go over what you have learned recently. Recognize the strengths it has brought you and acknowledge where you have been courageous. Jwal Cool is now working with your angel guides to help your journey unfold like a beautiful lotus flower, one petal at a time. How beautiful. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love that. Already I'm feeling this immense love. It's coming over me like almost just like tears of joy kind of thing. I'm like fanning myself because I put makeup on. I don't want to mess up my makeup. Also, I have him sitting here next to this beautiful pink rose, and over here I got some roses. I got some new roses the other day. But I love the picture, just that word picture of a lotus flower, one petal at a time unfolding. So I love it that he's right next to that. So this is awesome. We got some luck going on. And yeah, this sounds like we're going to have some good things happening here. So I'm kind of getting excited about this reading, you guys. Woohoo! All right, let's see what our oracle card is going to say. These are beautiful oracle cards, by the way. It's the Maiden Mother Crone is what this picture imagery makes me think of. Cycles of the feminine life and everything. So it's very, I thought it makes a lot of sense because we are in National Women's Month or National Women's Week, I think. I'll call it month. National Women's Awareness or Recognition Month. We'll go with that. So these very feminine cards, I thought, just kind of made sense. And they come to us from, who brings these? Oh, Alana Fairchild. Yes, Sacred Rebels Oracle, Guidance for Living a Unique and Authentic Life Guidebook by Alana Fairchild. Awesome. We'll read this card. Let's see what it says here. Oh, wow. This is gorgeous. Number 34, in the world, not of the world. Yes, ma'am. Okay. 3 + 4 is 7. That's an angelic number. Also considered a lucky number. Hey, guys. Okay, sounds good to me. We got 444 on the timer. We've got all kinds of synchronicities going on. It's fabulous. So this looks to me like she's like swimming in a creek. She's got like almost like seaweed kind of hair. There's like fish swimming by her. She's just part of everything around her. She's like very happy. This is just overall gorgeous, gorgeous card. All right, let's see what it says. Okay. It is safe for you to become naked with life. This doesn't necessarily mean stripping off and running wild in public. I love her sense of humor. Okay, it does mean stripping back your beliefs, strongholds, and mental or emotional security blankets so that you can live with less obstruction than ever before. All right, sounds good so far. Imagine the conditioning that has kept life away from you, just kept it dropping out of your hands like keys, coins, or clocks. Conditioned beliefs about money, time, security, having, locking away, holding and controlling can be surrendered and allowed to fall away. Okay, I definitely want that. Sounds good to me. What would it be like to feel as though you were on holiday every day? Yeah, it would kind of feel like winning the lottery, maybe. Let's do it. Let's get this lucky clover going here. All right, let's get serious for a minute. Sorry, guys. This energy is like, woohoo. All right. So what would it be like to feel as though you were on holiday every day? Perhaps there would be a softening in your way with life, an implicit trust in its flow and a faith in the ability of time to bend and stretch as needed so that all may be accomplished. It is at an advanced stage of our spiritual relationship with life that we are able to feel held within it sufficiently enough to surrender our defenses layer by layer and to nakedly accept what is. Here we have another word picture of something unfolding layer by layer, just like the beautiful lotus flower in our rose right here. All right, this oracle comes as a message to you. Sometimes we need our defenses. At other times, it is clear we are outgrowing them. There is something that you have outgrown. It has to do with your ideas about productivity, time, control, and money. It has to do with abundance, trust in living with the fundamental belief that everything is going to turn out okay. You are ready to be much more vulnerable and exposed in life. You don't have to hide behind being organized, perfect, in control, or financially secure and stable. Nor do you need any other, quote-unquote, acceptable social face. It is time for you to loosen the strings of your own controlling nature. They are too tight and too restrictive for you anyway. You were born to live in a much freer way. When you live as you innately are, rather than how you have been conditioned to be, you will experience greater joy, freedom, and support. When you are not resisting yourself or resisting life, there is less resisting what you need as it comes to you. If you have also drawn the oracle of faith in the process, this is a particularly strong message for you. The message is that you are shedding. It might be an identity. It might be a status symbol, such as a car, home, or suburb, and it could even be a socially admired relationship. You are shedding because no matter what the appearance of things, those old forms were too constricting for you. It is almost like your spirit was trying to walk about in shoes several sizes too small. They were starting to pinch, the seams were ripping, and eventually they would fall apart completely. Likewise, you are being stripped of internal beliefs that are failing you. I'll say that again since I messed it up a little bit. Likewise, you are being stripped of internal beliefs that are failing you, perhaps externally as well. Whether this seems to be your choice or not, make no mistake, it is your own spirit in cahoots with the loving spirit of life that has brought this situation about. So you are being guided to trust. If you have also drawn the oracle of trust yourself, then you are not only being guided to rely on life, but also on your own inner knowing, because at some level you get it. You understand and know that this is all freeing you. After letting go, there comes a temporary emptiness that provides a greater space for fulfillment to come forth. I'm going to turn the page just a little bit more, I think, on here. Okay. Healing process. Imagine you're running naked into a sea, ocean, river, or waterfall. Be cleansed. Feel it happening. Be with it and enjoy the sensation of it. Feel freed of any weight that you no longer need, be it physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual. Let go on all levels. When you are ready, just open your eyes and rest for a few moments before going back into your day or evening. You have completed your healing process. Whew! Wow, that is phenomenal. I love that. I almost wish I would have grabbed another couple of cards from that deck, but it's always so long, and I always want to read them, so that's why I only pick one. But yeah, that's really beautiful. I love it. Here we have one of our cards from the, let's see, these are from, I always want to give, credit where credit is due. Angel Prayers Oracle Cards by Kyle Gray. And this is absolutely beautiful. And look here, we have a lotus flower, you guys. Aww. The miracle of nature. Thank you, angels, for helping me to reconnect through nature and fresh air. So yeah, I think there's something here encouraging us, get out, go walk barefoot in the park or find some grass. Like I went out in the backyard today. That's how I found my little 4-leaf clover here. I was checking out the backyard. I was curious to see what kind of little plants are growing around. I have some what people call weeds, dandelions and things like that are actually very precious and important in our ecosystem. So my backyard kind of looks like a little tiny jungle right now. And I was just curious, like what's out there, but it felt really good. It was even that small little thing of, doing something with nature was meaningful to me. So I definitely encourage you guys, get outside, go for a walk in the park, go for a walk on a trail, look and listen, slow down. Don't just go to walk and walk and walk and walk and walk as quickly as you can, but kind of, the mentality of the saying, stop and smell the roses. Maybe there aren't literal roses on the trail or the path you're on, but you can still stop and look around. You can look at the squirrels. You can look at the little animals. You can listen to the birds singing their songs. I mean, nature is absolutely fascinating and gorgeous, and it's all around us. And I think it's a beautiful reminder here with this card. And it links right into what it's talking about on Dual Cool's card about the lotus unfolding. And she's right in the middle of the lotus flower. It's so gorgeous. I love this energy. Whew, it is so beautiful. Absolutely. I could sit in this energy for days. It's so pretty. All right, our next card comes to us from the Inner Child Oracle, and I'll show that book to you in a minute so you can see. I just wanted to show you these. This card also has a lot of different flowers and plants, and it also, it's very feminine because it's got a big moon on the back. The moon is associated with feminine energy. We have a big moon up here, it looks like. Oh, you know what's interesting about this particular moon? We have a lunar eclipse coming up. We also have a blue moon coming up. I want to say the lunar eclipse is happening. Okay, so let me go backtrack a minute. We have a full moon on the 25th, but I think there's something about that full moon. I think it's like part of the lunar eclipse, so we're not going to see the actual full moon, even though it's technically a full moon. And that moon, this reminded me of exactly that. And I think the blue moon happens on or the next day or two after that, somewhere between the 25th and the 30th, I want to say, somewhere the last week of March. And then in April, of course, we have a massive solar eclipse going to happen on April 8th. So there's something about this lunar cycle that's very important about, making changes and things getting eclipsed out of our life. You hear that, commonly spoken by people. And solar eclipses tend to shed light on things. It's a lot of very transformative energy and everything. So there's a lot going on, celestial, with the celestial bodies and the heavenly bodies. So yeah, let's get into this card. This is really interesting. We see, it looks like two women walking here, or at least two people. Okay, it says, card number 32, set boundaries, claim your power, and know your value today. Okay, 32, 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 is a number of change in numerology. So let's see what this card brings us. Again, it's from the Inner Child Oracle Guidebook by Amanda Lynn Eisling. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce her last name, so I apologize if I'm not saying it right, but just for the future reference, I'm just going to go with Amanda Lynn Eisling. That's how it kind of sounds to me. Card number 32. Okay. Setting boundaries can often be an awkward and uncomfortable thing to do. No is a powerful word, one that many of us have been taught to shy away from. We may feel as though it is our responsibility to create happiness or pleasure for others by saying yes. But this should not have to come at the cost of ourselves. If you have pulled this card, then it is most certainly time to utilize the word no more frequently in your life. Here's a self-care exercise. It says, it can be helpful to understand what drains you, depletes you, or makes you feel used, particularly after you have said yes to something. Write down these answers and practice using the word no around that which makes you feel used. We say yes for a variety of reasons. A sense of worth can be one of those reasons. But, beloved, know that your value is immeasurable and you deserve the right to say no. Saying no can be an act of self-care. Note, how to set boundaries can depend on the situation. Sometimes you will need to be firm in setting boundaries, and sometimes setting them in a gentle way might be best. Let's see, we have turn the page here. Saying no, does not have to come from a place of anger, but it is okay if it does. Anger can be an indicator that we have been betrayed or harmed in some way, and it can be the catalyst for setting boundaries. If you do any sort of responsive journaling, it says here, how does it feel in your body when you set boundaries? That would be the question you would want to write down, and then you would want to meditate on it, ponder it, and think about it, and then answer your question that you wrote in your journal. How does your inner child feel when you say no? If saying no brings up any fears of being rejected, know that by placing boundaries, you are choosing yourself. Good job. Sometimes it takes a lot of internal strength and confidence and courage to do that. We reject ourselves when we say yes to something that might be harmful to our well-being. That is an excellent reminder. In fact, doing some boundary work, I've personally been doing boundary work over the last year. And I was one of those people that wanted to say yes to everything. Or if it sounded exciting, or if it sounded like, ooh, I've never done that before, or, my friend needed help, or somebody else needed help, or whatever. And I had 50,000 things packed into my day. So I started to recognize that I would get maybe a little bit of anxiety, or I'd get maybe a little bit of tightness in my chest, or I would feel like I was rushing to go get somewhere to do the next thing on my list, rather than slowing down and actually enjoying my time, my weekend, doing something that I could slow down. I might compromise and maybe not meditate, or maybe do less meditation time. So other things will take up your time, basically, is what I'm getting at. If you choose to say yes to a lot of things that you really don't want to do, you're betraying yourself. And I'll say that again. And we don't do it on purpose. A lot of us don't recognize it or realize it until it's brought into our awareness. So that's my intention in telling you this now. It's not to make anybody feel bad or less than or any of that stuff, okay? So just throw that crap out the window right now. Whatever we say yes to, when we really want to say no to, we betray ourselves. Okay? So I'm bringing that to your awareness, to the viewer, for your best and highest good, so that you can say yes to yourself, and you can be open and honest in setting those boundaries with those around you by saying no in those times when you really don't want to do something. So let's say you're at work, for example, and you've got a great weekend planned with your family, your friends, or whoever, or maybe just yourself. Maybe you're just going to read a book and take your time and do things slow and not even look at a clock for 2 days. That's totally your prerogative, right? And let's say you were looking forward to that, and then your boss comes and says, hey, we really got this great project. We're doing good, but we kind of need to catch up on a couple of things. And, so-and-so is going out of town. They got a family thing in another city or state or whatever. They got to catch a flight. Would you mind working half day on Saturday, or working over on Friday, just to kind of cover a couple extra hours so that we can stay on task for that project or something? And so you're thinking, and this is just a scenario, right? Anybody can do anything. But you're thinking, or me, if I were in this situation, I would have been like, well, my boss needs help. My coworker, my friend is going to go do something. This is an important project. It's only going to be 4 hours. I really could do it, I suppose. I might get some overtime for it. Might be something I can maybe call upon a favor in the boss for the future or something, Maybe get my coworker to cover for me if I got to go out of town. So we start to sort of rationalize and make these excuses for why we should say yes when we already know in our heart we want to say no. We already have plans, even though they might not be fancy, going out of town or whatever. But they're our plans, and that's like our time, right? So if you really want to say no, you say no. Don't say yes just to people please or to find favor with somebody or do that kind of stuff. The project, we can catch up on the project another day. We don't have to compromise the time that we've already set aside for ourselves, right? So that would be one of those times of setting a boundary and saying, no, you know what, I'm sorry. We can do it in a nice way, right? We can say, no, I'm sorry. You know what, I already have plans also. And you're right, we are doing really great on the project, and I'm sure that's not going to be compromised by me not working this weekend. We can definitely catch up on it next week. And if you want, I'll even maybe come in a half hour early or something on Tuesday, whatever. Again, don't compromise what you want to do, but set those boundaries, and you can do it in a nice way. Okay? So yeah, beautiful reminder for us to set boundaries, to honor ourselves, do not betray ourselves. And in doing so, we reclaim our power and we recognize our value. And it also helps, quite honestly, it also helps other people see our value as well. And they're not going to just see us as some welcome mat or somebody that's just going to be like the yes man or the yes woman or somebody that's going to be like always dependable no matter what's going on. Maybe that works for some people, and that's great. If that's your thing, cool. Do you, right? Do you, baby boo. But if it's not your thing, then honor yourself and respect yourself and set those boundaries accordingly. All right? Okay, so our next card, and these are very beautiful cards also. The Golden Children. This is interesting. It looks like the sun. So we have the moon and the sun. Oh, ooh, and there's also some cosmic cards out here. It's like space, like outer space. This is very cosmic, very interesting. And it's sort of dreamy. There's sort of like a dreamy element too. Wow. The sun and the moon right next to each other. And we're going to have this huge celestial event with this solar eclipse coming up, a total eclipse coming up. And then this month, we have the lunar eclipse, the lunar cycle, and the blue moon. So there's a lot of lunar and moon energy too. Whew. Ooh. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling a lot of power from this. All right, let's read it. This card comes to us from the Starseed Oracle Guidebook by Rebecca Campbell. And it says here, the Golden Children. Golden children, or children of the sun, are highly advanced, extremely intelligent souls who are incarnating recently on planet Earth. They have little or no personal karma and possess incredible gifts and intuitive abilities. Golden children are born with a very clear mission. Many remember it from a young age and begin answering and sharing it early in life. Due to their unique intelligence, they may find themselves easily bored at school. Most have never incarnated on Earth before, and so if they're not supported in the right ways, they struggle with physical life here. Physical life here on Earth. They're often referred to as the new humans. If you pull this card, it may be a sign that you're being called to mother, father, or nurture a child. You may be called to tend to your own inner child, a creative idea or project, or a new beginning, to treat yourself or the new beginning with sweet, tender love, to nurture and nourish it, to give it every chance to grow and reach adulthood, to encourage it, to water it, to see the world through the innocence of a child, to see yourself and all others as innocent children, to remember that deep down, everyone is trying their best, and if they're treated with a tender heart, they'll not harden as they journey through this great adventure called life. Starseed Soul Inquiry. How can you treat yourself or others more tenderly? That is very beautiful. I'm going to look at this card a little bit more. It looks like a gateway, a portal. We have a lot of rainbow, like prism colors down here. See the golden children. They have these white auras or light pink auras. So they're covered in like these innocent pureness of heart, innocent love type of aura. This is a really beautiful card. Wow. And incredible. And I love that it's talking about how we can really be tender to ourselves and kind to ourselves and others as well. And it's not just about like technically rearing a child. Maybe you are, maybe that resonates with you, and that's fine if it does. But like it was saying, maybe it's an idea or a new connection, or trying to re-heal an old connection or a project or whatever it is, right? Some sort of new creative endeavor, to just remember that we're all trying our best, and just be kind and gentle in all we do, and ask ourselves, how can we treat other people more tenderly? I mean, that's really beautiful. And that really makes me think of like Empress energy, that mothering, nurturing energy, and that's the divine feminine. So we just really have tons of feminine energy out here. And as a reminder, I know I've said it before, but perhaps you're new to the channel, we all have both masculine and feminine energy. So in this part really speaks heavily to the feminine energy that we all are capable of. So that's really pretty. Now here we have the Messages of Cosmic Oracle cards. It says here, remember that it's okay to be happy. Really, it is. And it's right next to her over here, and she's happy as can be, and she's absolutely ecstatic and peaceful in this beautiful energy. And over here, we have the Miracle of Nature just directly across from it, and she's happy. She's reconnecting with nature. We had Dual Cool talking about being on our right purpose, our right path. So yeah, be happy. That's your only job right now. I mean, being kind to other people kind of falls in there because it helps us. When we're happy, our vibration is going to make everybody happy around us. And then we have Messages of Cosmic Oracle cards over here that says, what has your inner voice been asking you? Maybe it's time to sit and meditate and ask and seek and just listen. Listen and act. So I would encourage you, sit and meditate if this card is resonating with you. Meditate, ask your inner voice if there's something you need to know. You can even ask your inner child, is there something that you want to tell me, something that you want me to know? And then just sit quietly, listen, and when the answer comes to you, act upon it. Take some action, some form of action, whatever it is. That's beautiful. And this is also right next to the Setting Boundaries card, which is reminding us to claim our power and know our value today. So this has a lot to do with like getting reconnected to who we are, claiming our power, recalling our power back, not giving it away so easily, and then sitting and meditating and asking our inner voice, our higher selves, our inner child, what we need to do to sort of reaffirm that power balance. And then finally, our last card out says, Messages of Cosmic Oracle cards. Make time to play. Oh, yay, I love it. Have fun and be free. And yes, this sort of brings it all full circle, I think. Everything in this message today it's been a very playful, loving, childlike, innocent type of energy. I wish you guys could feel it. It's so beautiful. And it's right next to these golden children. So that's fun. It's maybe like reconnect and do fun things, reconnect to your inner child, be silly, play kid games. I don't know, go to an arcade, play some arcade games, or go to a trampoline park and bounce around on the trampoline, whatever, don't do anything that's going to get you hurt or injured. I'm not trying to tell anybody to do anything outside of their abilities or whatever, but maybe those are just some ideas about things that children like to do. Go to the beach, go to the park, go swimming, draw, color in a book, whatever those things are. And yeah, this is beautiful energy. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. This helps grow the channel and is very much appreciated. And we're a baby channel, so all of it helps a lot. So thank you in advance for that. Thank you so much for your support. Also, please remember that not all messages are going to resonate, and that's totally okay, right? Because we're all on different paths of our journey. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And thank you so much, Dual Cool, for bringing us this message today. It's a beautiful message indeed, and I hope it was able to bring some clarity, some information, guidance, or just a smile to your face. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Love and light. Take care.